Good morning, everybody. Silas back. It's a foggy one today. A little bit chilly, not too bad. Looks like there's a little bit of frost on the ground. I can't quite tell what that is. That's what I'm guessing, but it's above freezing. There was no frost on the vehicles, so I don't know. It's pretty out here, though. It almost looks like snow, but this is the most moisture we've had in a long time, and this is barely even any moisture. But I'm getting ready to head out to the farm cleanup again. We actually managed to get that location done yesterday, so that one's done. But a mile and about a half over, there's another location. Same people own both places. So today I'm going to drive the equipment over there, and there's some cool stuff there. I'll walk around, film it all, and probably not going to do a whole lot there because tomorrow's Christmas Eve and then Christmas, and so I'm going to be gone for a few days, so I don't want to get started with a big project and not be able to finish it. And then there's one old truck in the barn, and I'll probably make a separate video of rescuing that one out of the barn. I haven't hardly looked at it. I don't even know exactly what it is yet. I just know there's an old truck in the barn. So I'm going to hit the road, and I'll see you guys out there. It is incredibly foggy out. You can barely even see the cars coming. This is pretty intense. It doesn't look nearly as bad on the camera as it does in real life, but visibility is probably only 100, 125 feet or so. And you can't see anything beyond that. It is incredibly foggy out. The sun's starting to come up now, though, so it ought to burn this fog off. Hopefully it does that pretty soon, because I wanted to get some drone shots of this place I'm going to, but if it doesn't clear up, I won't be able to do that. All right, I made it out here. The fog's clearing off pretty good now. I think it's just about all gone. But this is job site number 2. This is a neat old barn here. They used to have barn dances back in the day. So the last barn dance they had was in 81 or 82, something like that. Up in the loft. It's starting to fall in now, though. It got termites. But there's a bunch of neat stuff out here. All these buildings are just full of miscellaneous stuff. We'll kind of go through them all. And there's just a little bit of scrap laying around out here on the ground, out by the driveway. And there's an old trailer house over there. There's nothing in there I really want. There's a great big old stove out of the 70s right inside the door. I'll probably roll it out. There's a couple neat light fixtures in there that I'll grab out. But other than that, probably just going to leave it sit. But we'll kind of start going through all these buildings. I'll show you guys what's out here, and then we'll get busy working. First up is this old barn here. Now, I'm not going to show you too much of what's in here because I'm going to make a separate video of rescuing this truck out of here. I haven't looked at it too much, and I don't want to look at it right now very good either, because I want my reaction when I actually do look at it to be genuine. So we'll kind of look at some of the other stuff in here, and I'll just kind of glance at the truck, show you guys what it is, but that's going to be a separate video. And once again, that video will probably come out before this video does, but I'm not for sure on that yet. Last time I came out here, it was in the evening, and it was dark in here, so I couldn't really see what was going on. It looks like there's a little bit more junk in here than I thought there was. Here's a whole pile of heads. Looks like some old cast iron engines. Not sure what all's down here. Looks like some starters and generators. Actually, mostly just generators. I don't see any starters. Oh, there's one starter right there. That's a lot of generators. That must be every generator and starter he ever had. Oh wow, look at this. Cool old bed headboards. Couldn't think of the word. Those are pretty neat. One's got this wrought iron on it. The other one, it looks like a fancy wooden one. So we'll have to get those out and look at those and see if those are anything decent. And here's your sneak preview of the truck. That's all I'm going to show of it, because that's all I've seen so far is this view right here. We'll be dragging that out of here today. That ought to be a pretty fun video. Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of just miscellaneous scrap here at the doorway. Not sure if there's anything on the other side or not. If I can get over there. Not much, maybe a tiny bit. But not much. I don't know if there's anything upstairs in this barn or not. We'll have to go up there, see if I can find a ladder or something. Maybe it's at the other end of the barn. See if we can get up there and see if there's anything up there. I found the stairs. Gonna creep up here, see if I can do this without falling through and breaking something. Oh wow. Yeah, this floor is a little bit on the rotted side. So I'm definitely not going to walk up here any. And that side of the barn over there looks like it's collapsing out. But yeah, there's a platform up there still and everything for the singer. Be kind of neat. Oh wow, check this out. Still has the old trolley system in it. Up there, I wonder if the claw's around here somewhere. But that trolley up there would go out the door and there would be a claw hanging from it, and you could lower the claw down, grab hay and bring it inside, or vice versa. Okay, I see something I have to have. So we're going to very carefully try to walk across this floor. If somebody finds this footage, you can post it on my account for me if I'm no longer among the living. I can kind of see the joists down here on the floor, so I'm going to try to walk on those. This is kind of sketchy, but I want that old skip tooth bicycle gear hanging on the wall right there. Slowly but surely, I think we're going to make it. This floor is incredibly rotted. If I was to step right there, I would go through. There we go, made it. That's pretty cool there. It's pretty old. It's got the slot in it instead of the round hole. That's a very old gear. So I guess it was worth coming over here. Oh, now I did it. I looked around some more and I saw something cool on the other side. I got to go over there now. Oddly enough, the floor is actually better over here in the middle than it is on that side. Someone put some sheets of plywood down to walk on, so that makes it a little bit safer up here. But you can see this floor here is pretty solid, so I'll probably walk to about there, and then I'll have to cut over this direction. And what I want is over there by that window. Almost made it. But that board right there is super sketchy. It was flexing on me when I stepped on it. Yeah, look at that board there. That is so rotted. There is nothing left of that. But I made it. This is what I wanted here. A piece for the old hay trolley system. It's not a super valuable piece, but it's just neat. And I hate to see it go to waste, so I'll get it out of here. Look at that floor there. That's looking real good there. This is the actual outhouse they used for the barn dances. It's still here. See if we can get attacked by a skunk or a raccoon or something like that. Oh. Another three-seater. These people believed in communal bathrooms, that's for sure. The other farm site we cleaned up had a three-seater outhouse in it as well. I'd never even seen three-seater outhouses before. Alright, let's go check out some of these other buildings. Like I say, I've been out here once before, but I didn't really go through it that good. It was just kind of a glance to see what we were up against, if we even wanted to do the job. So let's see what we can find. Oh, looks like the remnants of a deer head. That's a pretty good sized buck. Looks like some old furniture. Can't really get in this doorway very good. Oh, there we go. There's a good piece. There's a good piece of treasure. Still has the bracket on it. These brackets a lot of times are worth more than the shades. So yeah, we'll set that out. Let's make me a little pile out here so I can come grab it later. Yeah, this building here is a little bit more open on the other side, so we'll come back to it in a second. Look at that. This driveway. That is just so cool to me. It's kind of pretty, with all the trees hanging over the top of it. Here's an old barrel. This is back when they made steel barrels the same shape as wooden barrels. Standard oil. Don't know if there's anything in this building or not. This looks like a bunch of buckets and barrels of oil. Nothing I need. I think there's a little bit of scrap back here. There's another one of those tractor wheels there that make good burn rings. A little bit of scrap in that pen if we can find the gate for it. I think it's on the other side by the barn. And I believe they said these barrels, these tanks go, but they probably have stuff in them, so I probably can't take them anyway. Here's a big old piece of I-beam. That's some good weight there. Can't take this. This has got cast iron. I can't take this. This has got concrete in it. That tractor tire, I probably can't take it either. It's got a lot of rubber, and it doesn't have the center in the wheel. If it's a complete wheel, then they'll take them, but like that, they don't really like them. Let's see if there's anything else back here real quick, and then we'll go up and check out the rest of the buildings. Looks like something back here. Old piece of farm equipment. We'll run back with the skid steer and grab that when we're out here working. I don't really see anything else back here. This building has definitely seen better days. It's completely fallen over now. There's a little bit of stuff around here. If I don't fall, tripped over a tree limb. A little bit of scrap metal there. There's some old iron wheels. Looks like a little bit of scrap over there in the trees, but I'll save the iron wheels, but beyond that, probably nothing good there. Let's check out and see what's in this building. Going in sketchy places. Sketchy is my name, and going in sketchy places is my game. Let's go inside. Oh, there's an old sickle mower. Let's see what else. Ooh, that's old. Let's see what this is. What is it? Looks like some sort of seed planter, I'm guessing. It looks like the deals are gone, that the seeds actually go in. What else we got? Oh, we got a barrel tote. That's kind of neat. You put the barrel on there. It's got this bracket here to hold the barrel. And then you can pick it up and wheel it by hand. Another burn ring. What do we got over here? The remnants of a buzzsaw set up. Oh yeah, there's another planter back there. What's this say? The Ottawa Company. Not entirely sure what that is, but it says the Ottawa Company on it. So whatever that is. I think that's everything in that building. Back outside now, I'm not sure what this thing is. It's kind of neat looking. It's got a neat industrial look to it. So we might hang on to that. I'm not sure yet. We'll drag it out and look at it better later. An old hay rake. It's in pretty good shape still. Those used to bring really good money back in the day, but they've dropped off in value quite a bit. What do we got here? Looks like a manure spreader. Yeah, manure spreader. That's what that is. You might save those back wheels off of it, but beyond that, that's probably just scrap. Not much here, just a old, looks like a wagon frame. And another 3-bottom plow. Just scrap metal. Looks like a bunch of scrap iron here in the trees. Oh, there's a cool piece. I found 3 of these the other side. So there's one there. They kind of look like a ship's wheel, but what those are is they're off a combine header. Those are what holds the wood slats that rotate around. Check these out. These are some cool pieces here. Oh, wow. Look at these rotary hose. Really fancy ornate cast iron. Yeah, check those out. That's pretty neat there. Yeah, I'm for sure gonna save this piece. Those pieces there, those are really cool. All right, let's go back in this building again. This is the one I found that light shade in earlier. Right at the doorway, got an old bicycle. Oh wow, check these out. Headboard and footboard there. And the rails. See, that's the hardest part to find on these beds, is everybody saves the headboards and footboards, but nobody ever saves the rails. And these old beds all have their own unique styles of rails. So that's a complete bed set there, so I'll save that for sure. Last tagged in 1964 to 68, Hutchinson. Not sure what brand that is. Got a couple 20-inch bikes. One boy's banana seat and one girl's banana seat. That's pretty cool. Bunch of miscellaneous stuff on the walls. Here's some really old furniture. Like some really old stuff. There's a really cool something or another. Looks like a trophy holder or a flower holder. Something like that. That's kind of neat. We'll grab that out of here. I had to turn my flashlight on. It was getting kind of dark in here. But yeah, we'll hang on to that. All sorts of junk in this building. Here's a whole bunch more heads and engine parts. There's a carburetor off of something over there. All sorts of interesting stuff. Just kind of slowly scanning around. There we go. There's a cool piece. Oh wow, it's even four-wheel drive. There you go. Some old Chevy hubcaps. Oh, nice. There's a whole set here. Yep, there's a whole set of them. Got the four-wheel drive fronts and the rears. That's pretty cool. There's another good one there that matches that other one. So yeah, that's some cool stuff. That'll go home with me today. What else we got in here? You never know what you'll find. Those old tanks up on top, those make really good junk-o'-lanterns. I'll cut faces in those. Sell those next year at Halloween. Here's a neat old cart. That's kind of neat. We'll save that. That's a cool old gear up there hanging on the wall. We'll save that. Let's see what else we got in here. Some scrap batteries. Boy, batteries sure have taken a hit on the markets for scrap. Lead is just dropping like a rocket. All sorts of interesting odds and ends stuff. There's even stuff hanging from the ceiling. You just got to take your time. Obviously, we'll go through this again as we're cleaning it out. Like all these shelves, we'll clean every single one of these shelves off. Throw it in the bucket, dump it in the bin. There's a lot of weight on here. These coffee cans, I'll save all of those. I've got a lady down in Texas that makes candles, and she has her own patented or whatever copyrighted candle scent. And she pours it into these, puts a wick in them, and makes candles out of these old coffee tins. It's just hard telling what's on these shelves. Looks like mostly just scrap. Oh, here we go. There's some good pieces. Some big old drill bits. People buy those, blacksmiths, and they turn them into knives and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll save those for sure. Don't really see anything good down here. Just tons and tons and tons of nuts and bolts. Never ending bolts. One thing about this guy is when he needed a size of bolt, all he had to do was go out to the barn and search for 3 hours and he could find it. Of course, when you live out here in the middle of nowhere like this, that's not a bad idea because to me, I live close to town. So if I need to run in town and buy a bolt, it's not a big deal. But for him to drive to town, it's a 30-minute drive one way if you take the highway. And I don't even know if the highway was here back when this stuff was put in here. Here's a cool looking little wheel. We'll save that chrome wheel. But beyond that, I don't see much else good in here. We'll go over here and check these shelves out. There's a catalytic converter. That's not a high dollar one, but it's kind of odd to see that laying out here. I'm surprised somebody hasn't stolen that. Air tank. Those are pretty cool. Those used to be worth a lot of money, but man, I've had a hard time selling them lately. I've got about a dozen of them now. Let's see if there's any goodies on this shelf. Not really seeing much. There's a good pry bar. There's another coffee can. Looks like mostly just scrap on this wall. What do we got here? Be something good, be something good. What is it? Pontiac. See, now that's kind of weird. That's an old Pontiac, and at the other place I found a carburetor that goes to a 1926 or 7 Pontiac. So that could be what that goes to. They might have had one of those cars at one point in time, so yeah, they'll grab that. Here's some old iron wheels. Those are always good. Oh, wow. Check that out. That is too cool. This tree has grown around this wheel. It's almost like lava ate the wheel. That is fascinating. That wheel's been there a long time because that's a pretty good sized tree. It's even eaten onto the roof of the barn. Yeah, a bunch more scrap iron. And got a neat piece of tin there. We'll save that. But the rest of this, there's a lot of weight right there. There's going to be a lot of handwork at this farm. The other farm had a lot of big stuff I could pick up with the skid steer, but there's really not a whole lot of big stuff at this one. It's mostly little stuff. There's an old gate. We'll hang on to that. Now there's a chunk of stone. They must have made the walls on this one pretty good because it's still standing. Oh, I see why. Because the walls are concrete. Concrete stones, blocks. Oh, wow. Yeah, this wall is solid concrete on this whole building. So yeah, that's why it's still standing. Concrete lasts a little bit longer than wood. Oh, there's another one of those Chevy caps. That looks like a 3/4 ton up there. It's a little bit bigger than the others. Yeah, we'll grab that out of here. Oh, I almost stepped on one. A chrome one even. Yeah, it's a 3/4 ton for sure. It's a little beat up, but those there, I always do decent with those. Kind of dig through these leaves. There's an old funnel. That's kind of a neat one there. It's got that extra little deal on it. We'll save that. Oh, if I can reach, there we go. Yeah, it's not rotted out, so we'll hang on to that. These old sideboards are pretty cool, how they're spaced far apart, and they've got really good color on them still. So I'm sure I can talk somebody into buying those. We'll for sure hang on to that. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot of good stuff in here. All the good stuff of this one was waiting at the entrance. Here's some more cubbies. Let's see if there's anything good on those. Nope. Scrap, scrap, and more scrap. There's another relic from when this was an operational farm. The water spigot coming up and the tree wrapped all around it. This little building here is kind of neat to me. Just those old wooden windows, and this one here's got that archway window in it. There's an old barrel. A little bit of scrap iron in here, not much. What's in here? Oh, camper didn't make it. Got crushed by the roof. I will try to squeeze in there though and see if there's anything in that camper. There's the front off of a 3-wheeler, it looks like. Nobody's shooting hoops on that one no more. I'll just grab whatever scrap we can without collapsing the roof on me, and the rest of it's going to stay with the farm. There's a couple old mag rims. But this is definitely one of the coolest pieces on the farm. It's really rough, but it is a short bed. It's a short wide bed. I don't know what year it is, 64, 5, 6, somewhere in there. They said a tree fell across the bed a long time ago. Yeah, the fenders are rotted out and that bed's crunched pretty good, but it is a complete truck. It is buried deep in the dirt. Getting this thing out of here is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet. I think if I take that one small tree out, do a little bit more small tree work, I can bring the loader right in here and hook it out of here. Let's see what's inside it. Oh, it was a 3 on the tree, but somebody put a 4 shift in it. It does have all the temperature controls in it. It's got the radio in it. Let's see here, it's got the dummy light gauges in it, so that's kind of a bummer. See, this is a pretty simple plain Jane truck. Nothing too fancy about it, really. It does have a couple options, but not many. There's a little bit more scrap here. There's some scrap iron down here through the trees. A little bit more over there beside that building that's fallen down. Just odds and ends scattered around. But I actually did not realize there was another building here. Looks like this is another concrete one. What do we got here? I see embossed letters. Orange Crush. That's pretty rough, but it's still neat. We'll definitely keep that. Got some old pickle jars. Those are always good property. You won't get rich off of them, but they do sell. Don't see anything else there. Got another mystery door. Behind this door, beat on it, make sure there's no critters coming to see me. Well, this door doesn't open. Maybe it slides? No, it doesn't slide. Huh. Well, I wonder if there's a window on here so we can get in it. Yep, just had to walk around the other side. Right here's the entrance. What do we got in here? Oh, there's some good pieces. Some old chicken feeders. There's an old pan with the lid on it still. A little bit of scrap metal. So yeah, there's some good stuff in this one. They must use this for a chicken house because it's got that sliding mesh door. Oh, that's why the door doesn't open, because the roof is on top of the door. Yeah, we'll go through these windows and get that stuff out of there. Looks like I got one building left to go through. Have to walk around the other side to get in it though. See what's in here. Oh wow, this must have been the workshop. Hills Brothers coffee. Some more Folgers cans. Oh, check this out. There we go. There's a good piece. You don't see the colored lights very often. They're usually red or orange. That and there's a green one. Or turquoise, or whatever color you want to call that. Check these out. Frigidaire. Look like ice cube freezers, but I'm sure so many want those for something. Man, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. There's a ton of cool stuff in here. Bunches of old cans, old drill bits. Can't quite see what that one up there is. Finest something polish. Can't quite tell what it is. There's an old gas pedal. All sorts of good things. There's an old hard hat hanging up there. Oh, there's some old... Are those brands? Yeah, that's a brand. Looks like maybe. I can't tell what that black deal is up there. That might be something good. I'll have to bring a ladder in here. Man. This is definitely where the good stuff's at. What's this? Old glasses case? Let's see here if we get lucky. Nope. They're gone. Being an old farmer, he probably didn't have gold glasses anyway, but that's what I was hoping for. There's an old rasp. Bunches of drawers, and who knows what's in these things. Besides rat nests. Yeah, we'll go through all those. I don't really see anything good in them right now, though. I probably will save these handles off of them, though. Check out those fancy ornate handles. Those are really cool. So I'll definitely pull those off. There's an old hubcap. What is that? Looks like, oh, it's mercury. There's an old flat glass headlight out of something really old. Hard telling what's down underneath all this rat nest. I don't have my gloves on, so I'm not going to dig too good right now. What do we got here? Oh, just a container. Some more cans. Yeah, once we get all the equipment out here and we start cleaning up, we'll go through this real good for sure. What do we got in here? A few odds and end goodies. Nothing much. Anything underneath? Oh wow, a bunch more stuff. Looks like mostly scrap iron. There's some square chain though. There's a cool can. Yeah, that's a neat one there. We'll pull that out. Some more drawers. What are these? Oh, cheese boxes. That's what these are. Yeah, there's a few good things in there. What's on this wall? Bunches of chain. Oh, there's some light shades. I always save those. Bunch more batteries. Buckets of copper and brass. Are you really a farmer if you don't have batteries and buckets of copper and brass laying around? Check out this old Frigidaire. Wow, I just noticed that. That is an old one. It's got the bottom piece on it, so I bet you this thing ran off of ammonia. This is probably an old ammonia fridge. Very old. We get it dug out. If it's not in too bad a shape, I'll probably save it, try to sell it. What do we got in here? There's an old case magneto. Bunch of cans. There's an old cherry Coke can. Cherry Coca-Cola. That's kind of neat. Probably save that. None of the stuff in here is probably worth big money, but you know, it all adds up. What is this? California Emerald. Oh, walnuts. It's a little bit on the rusty side, but still, you know, it's a couple bucks. Every single one of those cans is a couple dollars, and there's probably 40 of them in here, so that's 80 bucks, probably 100 bucks. The guy does have to take them all out and have a lot of time and effort in them, but, you know, it's worth it. I enjoy it, so. What is this? It's a light shield. But, oh, it's a heat lamp. I see. It's got the green style like a normal heat shield, but then it's got the copper on the inside to reflect the heat out. Not a heat shield, a heat lamp, I'm sorry. What do we got in here? Oh, there's something neat. Not sure what it is. Let's see if we can get it out of there. Ah, smash my hands. Let's go sit down on this log. Some sort of voltage tester or something, I don't know. Oh, buddy. Check those out. Those are some good ones there. I don't have any that big. There, it looks like there's two of them. Oh, that one might be a Wanda. But there's a Wings grease can right there beside this bottle. I'm going to turn the camera off, see if I can get it out of there. And there she be. That'll clean up pretty good. That's a good one there. I like that. Wings is from Wichita, Kansas. Yeah, the other one's a Wanda. I'll still save it, but it's not as cool to me. I'm sure there's more goodies in here too. There's just tons of stuff hanging everywhere. There's some old truck lights. There's an old gear. All sorts of neat stuff in here. And then here's another cubby bin, clear full of nuts and bolts. Just clear full of them. I mean, there's probably at least 2 tons of scrap in this building by itself. Yeah, you're looking at probably spending 2 hours in here cleaning this thing out, but it's worth it for sure. Don't really see anything good. Here's a funky, twisted hook. Funky, twisted hook. There's a few neat odds and end trinkets, like stuff like that. I'll save that. What's this say? Comb case? I don't know. Not sure what that is. That's before my time. Here's an old drill. One thing I completely forgot to mention earlier is this old mailbox. We got a big one of these out of the other place that was in the barn. But there's another one there. There's an old Craftsman vise. Yeah, we'll spend at least a couple hours in here. When you got 2 or 3 guys working, it doesn't take too long. Everybody always talks about finding old silver and gold coins at farms and stuff like that hidden in the rafters of the barn. I've cleaned up a lot of farms and I've never found that before. I found maybe 1 or 2 silver coins laying around, but nothing like that. Although one time my dad was at an auction, I believe. I don't know the whole story. I was real little. I was just a baby, or maybe I wasn't even born yet. I don't know exactly. But he bought an outhouse, and in that outhouse, underneath the stools, was a box clear full of actual silverware. So that was pretty good money. It was from the Civil War era. So every now and then you find something good, but I mean, my dad's been doing this for longer than I've been alive, and that's the one and only time he found something really good like that. And last but not least, well, probably actually is least, I'll take you guys in this old trailer house and show you what was in here. Maybe I missed something the first time I was in here. There's that old stove, and there's a fridge in here too, so yeah, we'll probably roll those out on the ground. There's a little bit of scrap in here we'll throw out, but the main thing in here that I wanted is this old light fixture up here on the ceiling. Most of you probably look at that and think it's just junk, but that's got some serious vintage vibes going with it. And somebody will pay good money for that light fixture up there. I know. Not real good money. I say good money, but I mean, scrap value of that light right there is maybe a whopping 25-50 cents. But you know, I could probably get 30 bucks out of that light once I take it down. So it's worth the effort. It's easy to pull down. But beyond that, I don't think there's anything good in here. It's pretty well been cleaned out. Just hoping there's no critters. It's an interesting sink. Little tiny bathroom. Yeah, I don't see anything good in here. I came back in here in the barn, found another room didn't know what was in here. There's some interesting stuff in here. Big old funnel, some old cans, a really neat agitator. Some more copper tubing. Old Hudson tank. Frying pan. See, there's a few neat things in this room here. I don't know if there's anything else in here or not. It's got some deep old cow doo-doo. See if there's anything in here. Nope, nothing in this room. Nothing back here. See, it was just that one room had some stuff in it. But that's all for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. I'm going to film everything we do out here. I'm going to film dragging the old trucks out, cleaning the buildings out. So everything we find, you guys will be able to see it right here on this channel. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you did enjoy it, please leave me a thumbs up. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.